I started work to develop the school board the first year that I came here, so we're in our sort of 8th year now, and I guess over that time we've got a couple of members of the board who've been on the board in one form or another for nearly that whole time. But we've had renewal, of course, every 2 or 3 years. Some people come on board, some people change. We also have a member of the parish community on the school board because we felt it was really important to have, he's actually a retired chairperson from the pastoral council here, because we thought it was really important to have someone from outside the school, and in fact we've maintained that. We now have a couple of people on the board who are outside the school community. Again, that's just giving sort of a critical eye, an outsider's perspective, so that we don't become too myopic in the way in which we do things. For me, one of the key teachings in the church is that we have subsidiarity. That's a very big part of our social teaching. And I suppose that really means involving people in decision making at all levels of the school. So if predominantly our service is to the broader community, our parent community, then I can't see why you wouldn't want to engage parents in that conversation. The other thing is you want parents to be allies for your leadership. You want parents to be able to speak on behalf of your school, to be able to take your school's message into the community, and being able to share with your school board and develop your school board in a way that enables them to be part of that selling of your school in terms of its mission and vision is really critical, because they're the people having the conversations in the car park, they're the people who are meeting with their friends down at the surf club or wherever it might be, and who really understand what your school's on about and can promote you in such a positive way. So it's not even in the sense that the board needs to, it doesn't really give me advice about things that I need to do. It's more like an operational think tank. It's more like, okay, if we want to engage our parents in the school community, we want to communicate better, what are some ways we could do that? And I guess because the board might have 10 or 12 really good people who come from all different backgrounds, they may be in education, they may not be, they might be in industry of some sort, they might be in a trade, it doesn't really matter. They have a view about how we communicate as a school community and how we can improve that communication and how we might get to people to get them involved in the school. So I think if you're not going to make use of that, my question is why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you make use of that expertise that exists in your school community? So for me it's a little bit hard to understand why you wouldn't have a board, and when I arrived here there was no school board, and it's probably the first thing that I tried to get established. So I'm delighted with the work they do. We've done extensive survey work with our parent communities. We ran 2 surveys last year, we're running another one shortly. And we use that feedback from the surveys to drive direction in terms of the big picture of the school. So the board doesn't get its hands dirty doing garden beds or raising money or any of that stuff. It's really an opportunity to think through some of the strategies we might use to engage the parents and to have a conversation about keeping the school going in the same direction.